What's going on, y'all? You know, I am still on vacation out here in Nha Trang, Vietnam, and I figured while I was here, I wanted to just give y'all just a little glimpse of my travel credit card setup. Now, you know, when I'm back home, I might have a lot of cards in my wallet because I'm trying to maximize my points and, you know, get 5 and 4X on most of my purchases. But when I'm traveling, when I'm actually out here, especially when I'm traveling internationally, I try to keep it as simple as possible. So this is my travel card setup for Vietnam. Now, this trip around, I went to Vietnam and I went to Cambodia for the water festival. Maybe I'll post some footage up of that so you can see it. But it was a really good time, had a lot of fun. So when I'm actually traveling, this is my credit card setup. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go out so we can enjoy this beautiful scenery we got here. Look at this. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I'm loving it out here. If you've never been in the train, you gotta check it out, man. A lot of people are sleeping on the train. But look at this. This hotel I'm in, this is the Intercontinental in the train, right on the beach. It's very nice hotel. But this is what y'all really came in for. This is my credit card setup. Again, I try to keep it really simple. I'm gonna blur some stuff out, obviously. But this is my setup. Now, of course, I'm always have my old trusty Charles Schwab debit card. Y'all know anything about this card? Y'all know this is one of the best cards you can travel with because you're gonna get no foreign transaction fees, no ATM fees, and the fees that you do get, Charles Schwab is gonna reimburse you. And you're gonna get the best exchange rate. For any country I go to, I know I can go to most ATMs and get cash in that local currency. So although I will say I had a little trouble in Cambodia getting cash out, but it was because the ATM I was trying to use didn't accept Visa. I didn't know that at first. So I use this card. I do not leave the country without this card. So great card to have in the arsenal. Next up, we got the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. Now this is pretty much, this is my everyday spend. I'm using this every day, you know, to get 3X on restaurants when I go out and eat. And I'm in Asia, so I'm not using Uber, I'm using Grab. So I connect this card to the Grab app and get 3X back on all my Grab rides. And I don't even have to think about it. You know, if you don't know about Grab, download Grab. I love it. You don't got to worry about getting haggled by the taxis and the prices and all that. The prices are already, as soon as you go in, just like Uber, as soon as you go in, boom, you already know the price before you even get in the car. And then if you choose to tip them. Now, I always tip probably more than I should, but the Grabs here are so cheap in Vietnam. It's insane. It's insane. So I always try to give a good tip. So yeah, this is my everyday spend card. Then next up, we got my Fidelity investment card. Now this card is pretty much used as my catch-all card for anything that I can't get 3X on. So, you know, when I'm out, maybe doing some shopping at the mall or something like that, I'm buying clothes, I'm pulling this card out. So this is a great card to keep in your arsenal also. And also this card has no foreign transaction fees, which is great. And I think they also just updated this card to where I think they give you they give you TSA pre-check and global entry. That's amazing for a card with no annual fee. Boom, we got that right there. Now next, we pulling out the Hilton Honors card. Why did I have this card with me? Well, when I was in Ho Chi Minh City, I decided to stay at the Hilton Saigon Hotel, right on the waterfront. So it's the only reason I really brought this card. that was a great property. I try to put some footage up of that also. But if you know anything about the Hilton Surpass car, you know this is an amazing car. Not just for Hilton, but remember you get 6x back. Well, really 3x back if you do the math. 3x back on gas, 3x back on restaurants, 3x back on groceries, and 12x back at Hilton. So because I stayed at the Hilton Saigon for 3 nights, I stayed. So of course I used this card, and I think I got a spa treatment, and I ate at one of the restaurants there. So I put everything on this card. Plus, I'm still trying to hit a minimum spend, which I'm only like a couple $100 away. So I'm about to hit that, and I'm about to get that 130,000 points in the free night. Cause I applied for this back in July. I applied for this car, got approved for it. So I got like another month or so to hit the minimum spend to get those points. So that's why I brought this car. And then, last but not least, we got the Big Daddy Platinum card. Now I got the Charles Schwab version. Now of course this card never really leaves my wallet unless I'm going into the lounge. Now what did I use this card for on this trip? Well, of course I booked some of my flights. Okay, I'll try to run it down as fast as I can because I've been doing a lot of moving around. I left the US and I got on Qatar Airways from Atlanta, Georgia to Qatar. And then I flew from Qatar to Ho Chi Minh City. Now, I booked that flight with points. Okay, I booked that flight with points that I had from American Express. I transferred the points over to Qatar Airways, and I used, I think, like 160,000 points, which was a lot for one, but it was a business class flight directly to Ho Chi Minh City. Very nice hotel. I think it was worth it. I know some of you maximizers probably would say I could have got a better deal, but I seen the opportunity. I wanted to go, so I just booked it. But this card I used for all the lounges. So of course I used American Express lounge when I was in Atlanta. Great lounge. So I pulled this out. Then when I got to Qatar, I didn't use it in Qatar. I used Priority Pass for Qatar. And no. I used because I had a business class ticket, so I think I used my business class ticket to get in the Qatar lounge. That's what happened. Then my very first hotel I stayed in was the Pullman Hotel in Saigon. Very nice hotel. I'll set that up, but I booked that through the Chase Sapphire Reserve and got 10x back on that purchase. Very great hotel. I liked it. It was right there in Ho Chi Minh City, in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City. Right around the corner from the whole famous strip, the bars and the clubs, where all the club scene is. I was right there amongst all of that. Well, really right around the corner from it. But I booked that hotel with this. I was taking grabs. I was doing all type of stuff. I was using this card. Then from there, I stayed at the Hilton. That's where this came in. I used the Hilton card to pay for that purchase. After I left the Hilton, that's when I flew from Ho Chi Minh City to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. That's where American Express came back and played because I paid for that flight using my American Express card. Then I stayed at this hotel called, it was a hotel casino, Naga World Hotel and Casino. Obviously, again, I used the Chase Sapphire Reserve, got 10x back on that hotel purchase. Boom. And all of my grabs while I was there, I used that. Any restaurant that I ate at, I pulled that out. I went to another hotel called KVL. Again, I used this card to book that restaurant. I used this card to book that hotel. It was right there in the waterfront, right there in the middle of the water festival. So, had amazing time. This card came in handy. 10x back again. Now from there, I stayed at this very, very, very nice hotel called the Rosewood Phnom Penh. That was probably one of the best hotels I've stayed in. Now I only stayed for one night because this is where the American Express Platinum card comes in at. because and I actually did another full video about the Rosewood, where I tell y'all exactly how I was able to stay at that place, sort of pretty much for free. But using this card, I used the FHR program, and I was able to book one night at this very nice hotel with this card, and I pretty much got it for free. But I'll leave a link for the video so you can see how I was able to do that. But I pulled this out again when I was at the Rosewood, and after that, I left the Rosewood, took another flight from Phnom Penh to where I am now, which is Nha Trang. Now, obviously, I used this card again to book that flight from Phnom Penh to Nha Trang. So the American Express Platinum card came in handy again. And by the way, all of them times that I stayed at them, that I was at the airport, I used the priority pass. I almost forgot this was in here. I always carry this with me too. So this is going to get me in all the lounges. When I'm not near a Centurion lounge, priority pass is my next option. It's pretty much a priority pass in almost every airport. So all of them times I was at an airport, I pulled out my priority pass card and got into the lounge. So, you know, that lounge life it makes traveling so much more relaxing. And some lounges even have spas and massages in there, so it's cool. So now I'm in the train. I am staying at the Intercontinental, and of course I'm still debating if I should go and grab that ISG card Premier. I really do think I want to get that eventually. However, I think I want to go for the Marriott card first, because I want to get the Marriott card. I want to get the Marriott Boundless card. I want to get that card, like a $95 annual fee. But I want to get it when they got the 5 free nights going on. And because that's the card that's going to get me to Bali. I'm going to use that card to I'm gonna use those free nights to stay in Bali. Hopefully sometime next year, maybe year after next. See, this is how you gotta. This is how you able to. I'm able to plan these trips. I'm always thinking a year or two in advance, and I'm always strategizing how and when I apply for these credit cards. That's what it's all about. It's not just about being out here, blindly applying for cards. You got to get cards at the right time. You got to get cards that fit your lifestyle, that fit your everyday spend. And that's what I try to do. Every credit card I get, I mean, everybody has a different system, but I try not to get credit cards that I'm not going to use. Any card I get, I try to make sure it's a card that's going to be in regular rotation in my setup. Now, what you see right here, this is just my travel setup for this trip. Every trip, my setup changes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what hotel I'm staying in, depending on where I'm going, my setup might change. Now, with all the credit cards I have, this was, in my opinion, the best setup for me in Vietnam and Cambodia. All the places I was going to, I knew this would be like my best setup. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention is that, okay, this is my travel setup. This is what I use when I'm actually about to get on the plane, at the airport, or checking in a hotel. This is the setup. This is the wallet. I know it's huge, but I like it because I can fit my passport in there. Now, once I'm actually at my destination, I don't even bring all of these cards with me in my pocket on a daily basis. Nah. Obviously, I leave my passport behind. I leave my driver's license behind. And my priority pass, I leave that behind. I leave that behind. And let's just say this Hilton card, this is only if I'm staying at Hilton, so this is probably staying in this wallet. That's my daily setup right there. Once I'm at my destination, that's all I'm carrying with me. That's it. Now I got a little smaller wallet that I might carry for that. Now this is just my hotel key to get in my room. But as you can see, I don't even carry my passport. I keep a copy of my passport. You just never know, man. You never know. And then I'll have my Charles Schwab debit card just in case I need cash. My Chase Sapphire reserve when I'm at restaurants or I'm taxis, Grab or whatever, and my catch-all card. That's it. That's it right there. And this is what I'm carrying in my pocket once I'm at my destination. This stays in the security box. At that point, I don't need it. This is all I need to carry with me. That's it. These 3 cards. I like to keep things simple. Now I know there's some maximizers out there that might say, oh, well, you know, there's some cars that might get you a lot more while you're traveling. That's true, but as of now, the cards I have right now for Vietnam, this was the perfect setup. These 3 cards. Those 2 credit cards. That's it. But yeah, man, this is my setup. This is my setup. Now, like I was saying, I don't know if y'all noticed, the Sheraton is right across the street, right? Now, if I had the Marriott card and stayed there, I can use my card to stay over there. Again, like I was saying, I'm gonna probably apply for that Marriott Bold, or no, the Boundless card. I'm trying to wait for that 5 free nights, and I'm gonna use that for my Bali trip, and then I'm gonna wait a year, and I'm gonna try to upgrade to the Ritz-Carlton card. Plus, it gives you a lot of points at Marriott, and I get the free night every year, and I get, I think, unlimited guests. So in the lounges. So that's another card that I want to add to my setup. I mean, my core setup is already done. My core setup is already done. I just want to add like 2 or 3 more cards. The Marriott card, which is going to end up being the Ritz-Carlton card. Then I'm thinking I'm going to get the IHG card. But I'm thinking my strategy with that is I'm thinking I'm gonna get the IHG Premier card with $95 annual fee. I'm gonna try to get it when they got I think it's the 4 or 5 free nights. I'm gonna try to get it when that come back around again. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the free night the year after that, and then I may downgrade to the no annual fee card and just use that whenever I stay at IHG. Because I'm not really an IHG loyalist like that, but it's one of them things where I like staying there every once in a blue moon, but I'm not going to be at an IHG property every single year. I don't think. I'm more of a Hilton loyalist than anybody else. And speaking of Hilton, I'm definitely going to add the Hilton Aspire card to my arsenal. And believe it or not, when I do that, I'm going to keep the Surpass card. So I'm gonna have the Surpass card, just this card right here. I'm gonna have the Surpass card and the Aspire card at the same time, and I'm just holding on to both. I'm not really a airline credit card guy. However, the only airline credit card that I will probably consider getting, and this is not even in the near future, this may be maybe after I get my hotel card set up, is the United Explorer card. That's the only airline card that I would get right now, the way my life is set up. Now, if I had a player 2 and some kids, then maybe I would get one of the airline credit cards that gives you like a companion pass every year or something like that. I don't know. But as of now, this is my setup, and this is what we doing. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Look at that view, man. If you ever get the opportunity to come to Nha Trang, Vietnam, I suggest you come. It's a beautiful sight to see. Beautiful times, beautiful beaches, beautiful blue turquoise waters, as you can see. And the people have shown nothing but love. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Let's take flight.